A lot of people come up to me and ask, Luke, are you really that big a fan of Queen? And my response is no, I'm not. It's not like I know every single one of their songs off by heart, or I wish that I could have seen them in concert, but you know what? No, I'm really not that big of a Queen fan.
Lying son of a bitch.
We're all legends.
Bohemian Rhapsody is the long-awaited biopic based on Queen and Freddie Mercury. It follows their conception and rise to stardom, eventually culminating in their infamous Live Aid performance of 1985. Queen has always had a very special place with me. Me and my dad would listen to it non-stop. He's practically brought me up on it ever since I was born. And the fact that there hasn't been a Freddie Mercury biopic already is just insane. If you know his story, then it's prime for a cinematic telling. But Bohemian Rhapsody has been through a bit of a troubled production. Most notably, the film is directed by Bryan Singer, or at least was partially directed by him. Following some personal details coming to light, Singer basically disappeared from the set, leaving Dexter Fletcher, another director, to come in and helm the project. I mean, how this film ended up being released, let alone one of my favourite films this year, is astonishing. The other issue they faced was who would play Freddie Mercury. Originally they wanted Sacha Baron Cohen in the role, and then they wanted Ben Whishaw. They finally settled on Rami Malek, and what a decision that was. He is given the almost impossible task of playing one of the greatest performers of all time, and he absolutely nails it. What he does in this role is nothing short of sensational. I'm telling you now, if he doesn't get nominated for Best Actor for the Oscars, regardless of what the critics have to say, I will riot. For me, Malek goes beyond just looking the part. He walks, talks, acts, sits, stands, even sleeps like Freddie Mercury. It's not as if it's an impression, it's like he's embodied who Freddie Mercury is, his life, his soul, his personality. It gets to a point where I even forgot that he was an actor. It's like I was watching Freddie on stage himself. The film itself is primarily a Queen biopic, just with Freddie at the helm. But that's not to say that the other members of Queen aren't prevalent. You have Gwilym Lee, stars as Brian May, who looks the spitting image of him. You've got Ben Hardy, who stars as Roger Taylor, giving another great performance. And you also got Joseph Mazzello, this kid right here, from Jurassic Park, and he stars as John Deacon. Also making appearances in the film are Aidan Gillen, although in this film he's slightly in a less sinister role than what he's used to, Tom Hollander as the band's manager, and in a very special appearance, Mike Myers. If any of you manage to spot who he actually plays in this film, let me know in the comments below, because it will surprise you. But as well as the rise of Queen, the film also knows when to take some downtime and focus on the personal lives of the members, specifically Freddie. There are a few scenes focused on his upbringing, specifically with the trouble that he was getting into with his family and parents, but the primary focus of this film and Freddie's story is him exploring his sexuality and just finding who he is meant to be. The story and tale of Freddie and Queen is one thing, but if there was one thing that I was hoping and praying for this film to nail, it was the music performances. And they do. Every performance we see from Queen just made me want to leap from my chair, scream and sing from the top of my lungs, and just have the time of my life. Unfortunately, I'm British, and we don't really do that in the cinema. So I sat there, smiled, clapped a little, hum maybe a tune or two, but I would if I could. The film itself is just a real tribute to Queen and their music, and everything you see is just an appetizer leading up to the main course, which is Live Aid 1985. The final 20 minutes of Bohemian Rhapsody might just be my favourite sequence of all of 2018. It is nothing short of spectacular. We see the entirety of Queen's performance at Live Aid, and it is unlike anything I've experienced before on the big screen. That's the best way to describe Bohemian Rhapsody. It's not just a movie, it's not just a biopic. It honestly feels like a whole new experience, like you're being transported into the middle of one of their concerts, and you're slap bang in the middle with the music surrounding you. The biggest thing I can implore you to do, other than to see this film, is see it on the biggest, loudest screen possible, IMAX if you can, because it will be an experience like you've never had before. Overall, Bohemian Rhapsody isn't the most revolutionary biopic to come to cinemas, but it's not trying to be. Sometimes I need to separate myself as a critic and then just a fan of Queen themselves. As a Queen fan, this is everything I could have wanted and more. Rami Malek has catapulted himself into the stratosphere with this performance, and the story and music is exactly what I could have asked for. Look, the film isn't squeaky clean, but putting that to one side, as a Queen fan, I could not have been more satisfied, and that's why I'm giving Bohemian Rhapsody a 10 out of 10.
Alright!
If, like me, you're a die-hard Queen fan, you are doing a disservice to yourself if you don't get out and see this film as soon as possible. So, there you have it. Those are my thoughts on Bohemian Rhapsody. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know also what your favourite music biopic is down in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a like, and also if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter. Links are down below in the description. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.